Hello, students, and welcome to our virtual college fair. You can ask questions to the presenters at any time using the Q&A button at the bottom. Just a heads up, your camera and microphone are turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many sessions we are having, so please sign up for more. And also, a recording will be available in about a week at the same page you registered, so that is at strivescan.com. And now I will turn it over to our presenters, and I believe University of Arkansas, you are first.
Hello, everyone. My name is JC Bradford, and I'm representing the University of Arkansas. Okay, can everyone see this? Hopefully so. Facilitator, you might say yes. Excellent, thank you. So at the University of Arkansas, we are a nationally competitive and student-centered research university. So we have the highest research classification, which is Research 1. So our students can participate in research at any time in their collegiate career. If you're thinking about joining an honors college, or if you are thinking about going to professional school, medical school, law school, the University of Arkansas is a land-grant institution of the state. We have just about everything under the sun. If we don't, we definitely have pathways for you to get to where you're going. Fayetteville has been named a top 10 place to live the last 5 years in a row, which is very exciting for us. It's a great little college town, but it's a growing metro of about 750,000 people. So you have all those big city amenities that you may need, but you still have that quintessential college town feel. We've also been ranked in the top 25 outdoor colleges. The Ozarks are our backyard. The Boston Mountain Range is literally our backyard and campus, and we are the natural state. So we have more state parks than any other state in the country. Wyoming only beats us in national parks. Fun fact. So you might be wondering where Arkansas is in relation to Tennessee, because some of us didn't grow up knowing geography all too well. We're actually right next door and not too far from Nashville or Memphis. So as you can see by this clever map here, pretty close by. We have some really awesome things in the area that we like to highlight. One of those things being Crystal Bridges, which is our American Art Museum. It's actually free to attend. There are some special exhibits that do cost money to attend, but for the most part, all the best pieces I think are free to see. So that's pretty neat. And just in the museum itself is just like an architectural wonder. It's absolutely beautiful. It's nestled in the trees, and it's just a really creative and cool venue. We highlight our farmers market because it's actually been ranked a number 5 farmers market in the country. Super random, but on weekends, especially if it's not a game weekend in Fayetteville, go to the farmers market, hear some live music, check out the produce, and of course there are other shops and boutiques along the way in the Fayetteville Square. We also like to highlight those Ozark Mountains, which I did mention already, but we also are in close proximity to 3 state parks within an hour of campus, as well as the Buffalo National River and the White River, which you can float down, kayak or canoe, whatever your poison may be. And of course, we have an awesome bike trail called the Razorback Greenway. It's about 34 miles long. I've done 20 miles of that 34, and let me tell you, it's quite the workout. And it's a scenic view too, but it is a good time. And of course, our students love to utilize all those resources around them. We have over 400 student organizations at the University of Arkansas. There really is something for everybody. If there isn't something for whatever reason, you, 5 other friends, and an advisor can start something new. But we have everything from our faith-based organizations to Greek life to things as silly as Dr. Pepper or Pancake Club. We also have over 200 degree programs to choose from, an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio. That's not necessarily reflective of class size, but we do have about 87% of our classes have 50 students or fewer. We're also a very bike-friendly university and a town. 28,000 students enrolled at the University of Arkansas. Average freshman class size is about 5,000. You might start noticing names on our sidewalk. Those are the names of our graduates, and we are a top 5 study abroad school. So if you're thinking about studying abroad, you can do it with us. These are our admissions requirements. I would highly recommend taking a quick snapshot of this, a screenshot. That way you can go back and refer to it. If not, I can send this later if you send me an email after this is over. Again, my name is JC Bradford. I am with the University of Arkansas. I am not your designated admissions counselor actually, but I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. This is my contact information, jbrad@uark.edu. This is actually your admissions counselor, Megan Garland. She's out of the office this week, but be sure to give Megan an email as well or a call anytime. She's happy to assist you in your process. Again, thank you for letting me be here today and speak with you. And woo pig suey.
Thank you so much. And up next, we have Auburn University.
Thank you. So as I am working on the tech side of things, I'll introduce myself. My name is Katie Morgan. I am actually originally from here in Auburn, have graduated from the school twice. I am back in school for a third round and really grateful to be here with all of you as your admissions advisor tonight. So I want to situate Auburn geographically as a starting point. So you can see that we are south of Nashville. As a frame of reference, it is about a 5-hour drive from Nashville. We're about 2 hours south of Birmingham, 2 hours south of Atlanta in opposite directions, and then about 3.5 hours north of the beach. So for a lot of people, that triangle is a really, really good place to be in the middle of. You can see that the city is about 65, 70,000 people, so fairly small community compared to the size of the school, which is about 30,000 students total. And this blurb at the bottom is basically saying that folks want to go to school here, they want to live here, they want to raise children here, they want to retire here. So Auburn is just a special place for a lot of people. Now, for those of you that haven't been able to visit campus, understandably, just because of the times, I hope that this picture can give you a good idea of what campus looks like. So if you want to pretend that we're all on campus together, we would be standing on the tallest classroom building on campus called the Haley Center. We're standing on what we call the Eagle's Nest. There's no eagle there, but at least it gives you an eagle eye view. You can see campus is very green, lots of green space, lots of trees. I know all of those brick buildings look the same, so I'm not going to test you, but just what you're looking at are things like on-campus housing options and lots of different academic buildings. You can also see in the distance here, that is Sanford Hall. That's like our iconic building. And that extends from basically the modern campus, if you will, to the historic part of campus and then to the downtown area. So definitely a deep connection between the university and the community. They certainly thrive off of one another. And like I mentioned, we're a big school by most people's standards, about 30,000 students total, about 25,000 undergraduates, and about 4,800 incoming freshmen each year. We do try to keep everything as small as possible where it matters, which is certainly in the classroom, and I'll talk about that in a couple of slides. But I really want to dig into a few different themes. So my first theme is our history as a land-grant institution, much like the University of Arkansas. So for those of you didn't know, for basically 200 years, the start of the country with the colonies, 1600s to about 1850, college was reserved for the most elite, which was typically young, rich white men. This land grant act was passed in the mid 1800s, which essentially gave a piece of land in each state back to the land or to the state to create a college or university. And Auburn University was Alabama's first. And so it didn't perfect the system, but it did open the doors a little bit wider to educate more people. And that was often based in things like the College of Agriculture and mechanical programs like engineering. So this building is the home of our College of Ag, and it literally looks exactly the same, except where there were cows, there are now cars. This before and after of our downtown area is really cool. And I want to talk about two of our modern day land grant missions, if you will. So the mission as a whole is to serve the state of Alabama, the country as a whole, through scholarly and hands-on practical research and hands-on experience. So two examples of that in the modern day is our 20K Home Initiative with our College of Architecture, Design, and Construction, where our students are actually designing homes for less than $20,000 that will then be built in a community in West Alabama, which is typically a really underserved part of the state and the country for that matter. We also have a wonderful cybersecurity research center that is technically housed within our computer science department, but is really interdisciplinary. So in terms of teaching future leaders of the world how to keep each other and ourselves safe, both as individuals and a nation. So we have partnerships with FBI, FAA, NSA, Armed Forces. If you're into that, we got lots of options. I also want to tell you about, expect the unexpected. So for example, our fashion merchandising program, one of the best in the country that often surprises people. We also have a culinary science program, which is pretty unique to a school like Auburn. And this mock-up drawing here shows you our new building that we're building that will be a culinary science center. So of course, all things culinary school, but also a boutique hotel, among lots of other things. We also have a new performing arts center, so really a hub for performing arts. And like I alluded to earlier, we have relatively small class sizes for the number of students that we have on campus. So most are going to be 40 or fewer, and that student to faculty ratio is about 20-to-1 right now. And then this big picture here is about our EAGLES program, which is an acronym for a fully transitional program for students with learning disabilities and learning differences, so they can get a college degree. Great for those students, and also great for our K-12 special educators who will get that experience working with that population before they even step foot in the classroom. I also want to tell you about our rich traditions. We have a lot of them, like Obby the Tiger. He's I think 9-time national championship winning mascot. We also have things like Tumor's Corner, if you're familiar. That's where we actually roll the trees with toilet paper after a victory. We have things like an eagle flight after or before our football games every time. We have beautiful buildings that have rich traditions that involved really just connecting with people, like Hay Day. That was actually yesterday, where you really just talk to people that are on campus. It's that simple, it's that friendly, it's that family oriented. Now, with my time remaining, I'm going to touch on the application process. Feel free to drop questions in the chat though. But basically for you seniors this year, you will apply either through our website or through the Common App. You will then submit your high school transcript as well, and then a supplemental document, one of those 4: test scores, graded writing assignment, expanded resume, AP or IB scores. We don't have a preference. We have lots of different options in terms of applying. Today is a deadline, but it is not the only deadline. So just keep in mind that you've got lots of options, but for any of you that want to apply for scholarships, I highly encourage you to have a complete application file by December 1st. So again, that's a lot of information, but if you need anything from me, drop a question in the chat and I'm happy to answer it a little bit later. Thanks, everybody.
Well, hello and welcome. You are about to hear about Bellarmine University. We are a small independent liberal arts institution, and you will see our pineapple around campus. It's a representation of hospitality, and it's a part of everything that we do. My name is Dia Garcia, and I serve as the Assistant Dean of Regional Recruitment, and I am actually located in Middle Tennessee, so I am in Nashville. You can see my contact information on the screen, so please feel free to reach out to me. If you have any questions, I love to connect with students, parents, and counselors as well. So as mentioned, we are a small liberal arts institution. We're located in Louisville, Kentucky. We are independent Catholic affiliated, and it's essentially the best of both worlds because we have a small campus, but we're located in a large metropolitan area. Our campus is about 175 acres, and we have about 50 buildings on campus. The average class size is going to be no more than 20 students, and our faculty to student ratio is 1 faculty member to 12 students. There are lots of reasons that students do thrive at Bellarmine, and I am going to talk about 4 guarantees that we offer. So our first guarantee is related to graduation. We do guarantee that a student will graduate in just 4 years, or that 5th year is going to be on us. We can make this guarantee because of the connection that students have with faculty and staff. You're also going to be assigned an academic advisor the summer prior to your entry into Bellarmine, and you'll meet with that advisor each and every semester, so you're sure that you're taking the appropriate classes for graduation as well as classes that you're interested in. Our second guarantee is related to the study abroad experience. We have put a pause on this right now due to COVID, but we are very hopeful that this will be an option soon. Students get to decide how long they want to study abroad, whether that be from 2 to 8 weeks or an entire semester or an entire academic year. We have over 200 different programs in 68 different partner sites. The image on your screen is a picture of our downtown Louisville skyline, and it's just representative of the connections that Bellarmine has with the Louisville community. It's also representative of our third guarantee, which is the ability to develop an internship, to build a career plan, and to also build a professional network. We have an excellent first destination rate, and I would encourage you to compare us to other schools you're interested in applying. Our first destination rate is 99%. And that means that 99% of our students are either working full-time or they are enrolled in graduate school just 6 months after graduation. Also, the starting salary of Bellarmine graduates is $50,000. You can see from this image that our Bellarmine Knights definitely have spirit. This past summer, we actually just transitioned to Division I sports, and we are part of the ASUN conference. We have 20 different sports teams. 10 of those are men, 10 are women. We also have a dance team, a cheerleading squad, and a pep band. Intramural sports are also an option for students to stay involved. There are lots of other opportunities for students to be involved on campus. We have about 75 different organizations for students to choose from. That's going to include Student Government Association, Alternative Spring Break. We have religious groups, honor societies, civic groups, and leadership groups. So that's a little bit about the fun stuff. We'll talk specifically about the application process. And seniors, you can apply now. For underclassmen, you can apply beginning August 1st of your senior year. We are part of the Common App, or students can apply directly at bellarmine.edu/apply now. And our application is free, so I at least encourage you to apply. The only required materials are going to be that transcript and letter of recommendation. You might hear from institutions say that they are test optional right now due to the pandemic, but this is actually something Bellarmine decided on last year. We understand that test scores are not always an indicator of college success, so you as a student get to decide if you want to submit those or not. And we are affordable because we invest in our students, which brings us to our fourth guarantee, and that is that 100% of our admitted students do receive scholarships. Our average institutional award is about $30,000, and then our comprehensive package is about $39,000. Our newest financial aid opportunity is our public price promise, and that means that we will match the cost of attendance for the flagship. For Tennessee, that's the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, which has a similar price to the University of Kentucky. The qualifying factors to receive this opportunity would be a 3.6 unweighted GPA, and the student would have to live on campus for all 4 years. Here are some dates and deadlines specific to Bellarmine and your senior year. As you all probably know, the FAFSA did open on October 1st. Please complete that as soon as possible and make sure that Bellarmine is on the list. November 15th is our early action, and that's our commitment to you. You're welcome to continue to apply for other institutions, but we will lock in your acceptance and send you your initial financial aid package. And then December 1 is our Bellarmine Fellow and Scholar application, as well as when housing application opens. February 1 is regular decision, and by May 1st, we want you to let all the schools you're applying to know that you will be attending Bellarmine University. So that's a lot of information in a short period of time. My final question to you is, are you Bellarmine bound? And I hope that you are. Please reach out to me if you have any questions or would like more information about Bellarmine. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. And up next, we have Johnson & Wales University.
All right. Yay, here we go. Hi, my name is Paul Carney, and I'm an admissions representative with Johnson & Wales University. My territory includes Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Louisiana. And I live in Knoxville, and I'm originally from Knoxville. I have an East Tennessee twangy accent, so if you've detected that, that's probably why. Let me tell you just a little bit about Johnson & Wales. We have 2 campuses. Our main campus is in Providence, Rhode Island, which is similar in size to Chattanooga or Knoxville. It's about 500,000 people in total. And Providence is about 40 miles southwest of Boston, and it's about 20 miles from Foxborough, Mass, where the New England Patriots play at Gillette Stadium. And we also have a campus in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. And Charlotte is a bigger city, not quite as big as Nashville. Charlotte has about 1 million people, probably more similar in size to Memphis, maybe just a little bit larger than Memphis. And we offer approximately 50 undergraduate majors from 6 undergraduate colleges: our College of Arts and Sciences, our College of Business, Health and Wellness, Nutrition, Culinary Arts, Design and Engineering, and Hospitality. We are probably most well known for our College of Culinary Arts. Our 2 most famous alumni are Emeril Lagasse from the Food Network, and also Tyler Florence. He currently has a show on the Food Network. Another alumni who most people may have not heard of, but you're familiar with his work, his name is David Meklowitz, and he created several shows on the Food Network, including Next Food Network Star, Chopped, Iron Chef, and all of the spin-off shows from there. We are also very well known for our College of Business. Charlotte is the 2nd largest financial center in the United States, second only to New York City. And a lot of our business students will do internships with a lot of the financial enterprises there. Bank of America is one of our big partners. A lot of our students do internships with Bank of America. Also, a lot of our sport management majors do internships with the Patriots, the Boston Bruins, the Charlotte Panthers, which is at Bank of America Stadium right next to our campus. We have 80 study abroad programs in 40 countries around the globe in 6 continents. And so we do encourage people, if you get a chance, a lot of employers nowadays are looking for people with global experience, and especially people who are bilingual or multilingual. If you speak more than one language, you'll definitely have a competitive advantage in the job market. We have about 150 student organizations. We have major related clubs like our broadcasting club. So if you're thinking about communication studies or advertising as a career, that's something to look at. But then we just have fun things: anime and gaming, mixed martial arts, a vocal ensemble, dance team, just anything you can think of to get involved in at Johnson & Wales. We also have several athletic programs. We compete in the Division III in the NCAA. We've got just about every major sport you can imagine except for football and swimming and diving. Those are the only 2 major sports that we do not offer at Johnson & Wales. We do require all freshmen and sophomores to live on campus, and we have residence halls on our campuses. They're close to everything, close to all of the academic buildings, the library, the student center, dining facilities, and so you don't have to have a car to get around Johnson & Wales. You can get around just fine. You can walk to everything, but if you have a car and you want to bring it with you, you can do that. That's no problem. Let me talk for just a second about the application process. We have 2 ways to apply for admission: on our website, and we also participate in the common application. We do not charge an application fee. It is completely free. We're also test optional, which means we do not require the ACT or the SAT for admission. About 91% of all of our undergraduates receive institutional scholarships and or grants from the university. We try to do everything we can to make college as affordable as possible. We also offer scholarships for students who are involved in these student activities, so make sure you list that on your application. And I'm not going to talk about the FAFSA because most high schools do a workshop on that. Just make sure that you list Johnson & Wales as one of the colleges to receive your information. We are on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We post information on there all day, every day about things going on the campus. And this is my contact information. So if you ever have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. Thank you all very much and have a great evening.
Thanks, Paul. And last but not least, we have Arcadia University.
Hi, how are y'all doing? So my name is Chelsea. I am one of our admissions counselors at Arcadia University. I actually work with students in a different area, so Mike Helen Mitchell will have the pleasure of working with you during your application process. So Arcadia is a private liberal arts university. We're located in Glenside, Pennsylvania, so just outside of Philly. I say that, Philly ends and we're literally 4 streets back. It is a 30-minute ride with the train into Center City, Philly. So in terms of internships, in terms of museums and things to do on the weekend, you have a lot of things at your disposal. So we are a smaller school, so we're about 2,100 undergraduate students. So with that, you don't necessarily recognize everybody everywhere on campus, not like in high school, but it's really easy to find your group. And as somebody asked me recently, like, will I find my husband there? I don't know about that, but will you find your bridesmaids? Most definitely. But it's really easy to find your group of people on campus. So we do have small class sizes with this. So for those interested in, let's say biology. So your intro to biology would be maybe about 25 students. And then after that point in time, after that first class, you're gonna have about 14 students in the classroom. So in terms of having really great relationships with your professors, you're more than a number. So having, again, internships, having them say, hey, you're great in the classroom and your personality is okay. Can I recommend you to my colleague who's looking for an intern? Yes, absolutely. And in terms of just going to stop by their office afterwards, just to, vent about life or ask about, this is something I'm interested in, how do I get involved with that? They're there to help you along the way. We have over 65 fields of study, and we're really, we like to individualize your program. So whether, and again, I'll use biology as the example, you're interested in biology, but you have a love for creative writing and you want to mix and match, you're totally able to do that and still graduate within your 4 years. So it is a very personalized career path. In terms of things to do, because it's not just academic for your 4 years, we do have 26 NCAA Division III teams. The newest of those are esports and men and women's ice hockey. We have over 60 clubs and organizations, and everything from rock climbing to Spanish club to our Hillel, which is our Jewish society, and everything in between. You're able to find your group on campus. If there's ever something that you want to do, but we don't have it, you're able to just create your own club with you, 6 other friends, and a faculty or staff member. And as an alumna of Arcadia, I can confidently say that we see new clubs and organizations started all the time with whatever our students are passionate about. It's very much centered on you and your experience. Housing is guaranteed for all 4 years. So whether it's living in the castle your first year as a student or in a traditional dorm, a suite style setup with multiple students, or the apartment complex as an upperclassman, we don't boot you out after the first year and help you along the way. Like many of the other schools, we also have wonderful study abroad programs, and really anywhere you'd like to go, you're able to go. Your financial aid will fly with you and your credits will fly back with you. And when I think about study abroad, it's not just this year abroad or this semester abroad. It's everything from a single week over spring break of your first year called preview to 2 weeks after the end of finals in the spring to a summer abroad for an internship, semester abroad, or a full year abroad. So you have a lot of options at your disposal. And again, it can be something purely academic and it can be a mixture of pursuing classes and then also having an internship, or maybe it'd be more of your general education classes that you're taking abroad. That's something that we would work with you so that you get the most out of your study abroad opportunity. In terms of the application process, we are on the Common App and we do have our own application, but most likely you're looking at multiple schools, so save yourself the time. You're busy as seniors, so use the Common App. We don't discriminate between which one we favor more, and we have no fee. So with this, in addition to your application, we need your high school transcript. If you've taken any college courses, any dual enrollment classes, we do accept those as well. And just a single letter of recommendation from a counselor or teacher. We are test optional this year. And if you have more questions about that, Michaela will be glad to meet with you and help walk you through that. And I will say that 99% of our students do receive financial aid or grants. And so with this, in addition to your merit-based scholarship, you have the ability to receive grants. We don't have an out-of-state tuition, so all students pay the same tuition. But Arcadia is just very much all about finding your passions and finding the things that you love to do and then pursuing it with your whole heart and just having a very personalized experience. So again, Michaela Mitchell will be the fantastic human that you would be working with, and this is her contact information.
Thank you so much. And last but not least, thank you students for joining us today. After you close the window, there will be a quick 4-question survey. We appreciate any feedback you might have. And as I said earlier, please sign up for more sessions. This is just one of the many that are happening. And in about a week, there will be a recording of this session. So yeah, once again, thank you everyone for your time and have a great rest of your night.